Well, our first guest is an award-winning journalist and our CBS 6 colleague who has been nominated for the 2017 Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Woman of the Year. We're going to talk with Laura French in just a few minutes, but here's her story and why this campaign is so personal. Take a look.
It's these little things in life that you sometimes take for granted until faced with losing them.
There's a reason you're here, right?
We just have to figure it out.
Joseph Heinzen has had since August 2008 to do that, since the day he first heard the words acute myeloid leukemia, or AML.
Then I found out I had leukemia, AML, and the first thing that I asked the doctors was, what about my kids? And that's what I was worried about.
Concerned for me, my brother Joe, sister Gretchen, and at the time 6-year-old little sister Maya.
I can honestly say I was never afraid of dying. I was worried about the impact I was going to have leaving my kids.
That worry had only just begun. We would learn our dad was facing the deadliest form of blood cancer.
I had to go through chemo to arrest the progression of the disease.
His only shot of survival was a stem cell transplant. His sister Mary was an exact match, and they were set to fly to Seattle for his scheduled transplant. But time was running out.
He would have died. He had 3 months, and we were on 2.5 months when we were told we had $20,000 to raise, where the insurance had a gap.
No money, no transplant. Hope was fading.
For LLS, someday is today.
Until the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society stepped in and provided us with the resources to raise funds in just 1 week, and now a shot at saving Dad's life.
I don't know what I'd have done if he had not survived, and with the help of LLS, they gave him a chance to live.
Transplant was a success. 6 months and Dad could return home, but he was far from out of the woods.
My liver failed, my kidneys failed, and they called my kids and said, come and say goodbye to your dad.
8 years of serious scares and hospital stays would follow.
Our quality time was in hospitals and just watching him recover.
Enduring daily emotional and physical pain. His latest scare, a massive STEMI heart attack from all of the chemotherapy.
There's been several times where I wasn't sure that he was coming out of that hospital. But he continues to, time after time, and shows us how strong he is.
Dad is alive, but not living. He lost his job and home of more than 20 years on the very same day.
We just went through a long, long road, and it's a financial travesty what happens to cancer patients today.
It snatches so many things away. It's a thief.
But with the help of LLS,
Laura French,
I am honored to be part of the effort to arrest that villain once and for all by accepting the nomination for Woman of the Year. Every dollar I raise in the 10-week campaign is a vote for my win and blood cancer's loss.
The money that LLS raises literally saves people's lives.
And this man, who has watched as I learned to talk, walk, climb, and now soar to finding a cure for the disease that knocked him down but not out, is living proof.
Go Team Joe!
Well, we are back, and Laura's here with us today, and this morning she is joined by Josh Rubenstein from LLS, and it's wonderful to see you both. And Laura, thanks for sharing that touching story with us. First of all, how is Joe? How's your dad doing today?
It's a roller coaster, you know. Today's a good day, so you know, we say that he's like a feline, the cat that has 9 lives. So he's hanging in there.
What does this being nominated by the LLS Man and Woman of the Year campaign mean to you?
It's such an incredible honor. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to give back to an organization that, like you saw, saved my dad's life. You know, how could I say no?
Josh, tell us about the LLS and what kind of just fantastic work they're doing to help save folks like Joe and also help families.
Sure. Well, the mission of LLS is to cure leukemia, lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease, and myeloma, and also to improve the lives of patients and their families. As you can clearly see in Joe's case, he benefited from the dollars that LLS has to offer patients who are going through such costly treatments. LLS also is in the business of providing advocacy to the federal government, the state governments, to help accelerate treatments and to help make sure that patients are able to get the coordinated care that they require when they're confronted with one of these diseases. So, but the bottom line is raising money for research, and cures are what it's all about. And like the slogan says, we hope that someday is today.
How prevalent is LLS, is leukemia and lymphoma?
How prevalent is it among the
disease,
population?
yeah.
I don't have the exact statistic of the incidence, but it's more prevalent than it needs to be. And it's prevalent among children. You hear about a lot of children who are diagnosed with leukemia. Fortunately, their survival rates have improved dramatically. But however, in the adult population, we haven't seen quite as great a stride. So we'd like to see a lot more of it. Again, we look forward to a day when the incidence is zero.
Laura, tell us, you're competing against a number of different professionals in our community to raise that money. And you were saying to me earlier, really, there are no losers in this campaign, right?
Right. I mean, I'm very competitive, so of course
No.
you're
Are you?
striving to get to that point. But really, in the end, every dollar raised, as Josh said, goes to LLS. So the only loser in this, as they say, is cancer. But yes, it's actually brilliant of LLS to come up with such a campaign, because nobody knows what the other person is raising. And it's not until the very end, the gala, which is May 20th, that we find out who actually raised the most money. And then the Man of the Year is announced and the Woman of the Year is announced. So, and it's a fun event. Josh knows, he ran for Man of the Year and he won. So, I'm sitting next to a winner. But that night, it's a great dinner, all you can drink, live entertainment. And you can find out more about that at LLSteamjoe.com. It has my dad's story and how you can buy tickets to the gala. It's a really fun night.
Well, Laura, we really appreciate you sharing that story. And Josh, congratulations, and also helping carry on this mission as well. And Laura, please give Joe a big hug.
I will. Thank you, Greg. And thank you for all you've done for him as well.
Love you. All right, for more information on Laura's campaign, visit her website at LLSteamTeamJoe.com.
Yes, LLS. I know,
LLS,
it looks like Steam.
LLSteamjoe.com.